Hello everyone! My name is Jennifer Stade. This is Coloring Bliss and welcome to this week's live event. This is part 2 of our live event. The first part was over on Facebook and this part is here with you on YouTube. I'm so excited about today. We have 3 big announcements that we are doing today. So I'll break it down into 3 things for you and then we'll go back and we'll hit each one with more details. So I'm really excited. We've already talked about the 3 things over on Facebook. So some of the things I'll just sort of pepper the information for you, and then other parts will go in a little deeper because we haven't talked about everything yet. So excited about what we get to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about tonight are coloring pages. We have a Thanksgiving coloring page that's going to be going away really soon, and some Christmas ones that I need to talk to you about. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about tonight. The second thing we get to talk about tonight is Tombows. We have the Tritone sets ready to release. Actually, it's already there. It's ready for you. If you were around about a month ago, we released our brand new Tritone workbooks and all kinds of supporting videos and just an amazing new system that has been so popular. So if you are part of that and you have been looking forward to a new brand specific Tritone workbook, then it's here. That's so exciting. So we have decided to release to you the Tritones for Tombow. So we'll talk some more about that here in just a minute and all that comes with it, and that it's ready for you to download, or you can purchase a workbook from the Coloring Bliss Print Shop. The third thing we're going to talk about tonight, I am super excited about. It's where I'm going to be doing a lot of my Christmas shopping, and that is our brand new, we just released it, just opened it, our brand new Redbubble site where you can purchase some awesome merchandise geared just to colorists. Well, it's not just for colorists, but you know, there's a lot of really kind of inside jokes and awesome things there that colorists are really going to relate to and really enjoy. So we're going to show you, we're going to go over onto our Redbubble page and show you what's there, what you can order. And the cool thing is Redbubble's site itself is running a sale for, I don't know how long, but it's for Black Friday. So that means if you order something, you get a discount. So it's a really great time to order something, whether it's for yourself or someone you love. Now is a great time to order something. So yay! I can't wait to show you. There's a lot of funny things about full set syndrome and coloring, and like I think there's one that says like Big Bang color theory, and there's a lot of my art as well. And I was just leaving off saying over on Facebook, one of the things I want to try is having like a t-shirt or a pillow printed with one of my coloring pages. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then I want to try coloring it with like fabric markers or fabric paint and see how that turns out. I think that would be a really fun, maybe we could do it as a live event, color a t-shirt that we've had printed on Redbubble. So we're going to talk about that and show you all about that here on the computer in just a minute. So it's going to be a fun evening. Thank you for joining us. I want to say a happy Thanksgiving to all of you who are in the United States. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving for all of us, a really special event for getting together as family and enjoying a big meal and just being grateful and thankful for all the things that we have in our lives. So happy Thanksgiving. Speaking of Thanksgiving, that brings us all the way back to number 1, which is coloring pages. So don't forget that we have the Thanksgiving coloring page. Steve's going to switch cameras for us. We're at Steve's sister's house right now. Steve's my cameraman, so
That's right.
So here we go. This is camera number 2. Hello, camera number 2. This is the Thanksgiving coloring page that we've had out for a little while, and it's going to go into the premium library after Thanksgiving. So it's free right now. If you want it, come and get it. I know it says day 1, day 2, and all that. If you haven't gotten into doing it on the daily countdown, that's okay. You're not alone. I haven't had time to color it either. My plan is Steve printed this on nice marker paper. I'm going to color this tomorrow and just sit back, relax, and enjoy coloring this tomorrow on Thanksgiving. So if you want to join me, it's going to be free through tomorrow, so you can print it and enjoy it. So now we have Christmas is coming, everybody. Actually, December 1st is just 1 or 2 days away. So I had Steve make this available. I had him pull it out of the premium library and make it free for everyone. This was one of my most popular coloring pages last year, and it gives you something to color every day leading up to Christmas. So it's got 25 different little squares to color all the way up to Christmas. So that means by next Wednesday we should be already coloring. I think Wednesday might be day 2 or something. I don't know. I haven't looked at the calendar. So if you want to do this for December, better download it and get it ready so you can color it and have fun doing the Christmas Advent calendar. So also, as far as coloring pages go, hello, camera number 2.
Hello.
I am in the middle of drawing brand new art for Christmas. I've got 2 already done. Third one is almost done, and I have plans for doing more, including some religious ones, another Hanukkah one, and whatever else I can come up with. So lots of new coloring pages coming. If you've ever thought about becoming a Bliss colorist, which is only $5 to become a Bliss colorist, which gives you access to the entire premium library. So that's like over 450. I don't know. We've got a lot.
500 now.
Oh, Steve thinks we might be at 500 now. So if you want access to all those coloring pages, including the tritones for the Tombows that we're going to talk about in just a minute, then $5 and you got it. So come on over. That's a perfect Christmas present to give yourself. So come on over and you can become a Bliss colorist and enjoy that and all the art that's going to be coming out for the holidays. Okay, so that covers number 1, which is all of our coloring pages and the fun that is happening there. Number 2 is the new tritones. So I kind of showed you over on Facebook what the tritones are in case you have forgotten. There are videos here on YouTube all about the tritone system, how it helps you color, how it helps you choose colors. I'm not going to spend too much time showing you all that because in a minute we're going to come back and we're going to pick out the colors that belong with the tritones and we're going to do a little bit of coloring with them. So we're going to revisit number 2 in a minute. But I just want to make it clear to you if you're not familiar with what the tritones are. If you have trouble picking colors or knowing how to put color schemes together, I have an entire system that is going to make picking colors a breeze for you. It works well with whether you're doing generic tools or whether you have a brand specific coloring issue. So do you have Prismacolors? Do you have polychromos? Or do you have the Tombow dual brush water-based pens? I can help you. So that's what this system is, and I just barely released the Tombow tritones. So I'm happy to do that for all of you. I promised that to all of you, and there will be more brands to come. And I'm not going to tell you which ones, but we already have one almost ready to release. So in the next couple weeks that one will be coming out and we're working on more. And if you are one of our members that has access to the tritones, there is a place where you can go and request a certain brand and we will take that into consideration as we decide which brands to create tritones for. Okay, so that was number 2. Now we'll go on to number 3, which is our new Redbubble store and a place where you can come and get really fun merchandise. So I'm going to have Steve bring up our Redbubble store because I specifically would like to show you what that coloring page I created. It's the beautiful coloring page. I would really love them to see how that coloring page looks on some of the different merchandise that you can purchase. So I'm going to let Steve kind of show you the Redbubble. This is the Redbubble site. So you'll follow the link on YouTube. The URL to get to this is really confusing. So the best way to get to it is to just click the little link in the video description, and that will get you straight here to our Redbubble shop. Is it called a shop?
Yep.
And then I recommend you hit that little follow button. Show them where that follow button is, Steve.
Right there.
Right there, because we're adding more art. This is just the first flow, the first big wave of art that we're releasing to you, because we have so many ideas. We've been brainstorming and having so much fun. So Steve, show them some of the fun things we've made for them.
Okay, when you land on there, I think the link that I put will take you straight to the shop. Note that when you go there, what you see doesn't mean that's the only thing that's available on. They just kind of throw them on the different products. So for instance, this one here, Color is My Day-Long Obsession, Joy and Torment, Cloud Monet. That's showing that on a sticker. Choose Hope Today, that's showing it on a drawstring bag. This is showing it on a greeting card. But every one of these designs is available on all of their products. So that's stickers, drawstring bags, greeting cards, posters, t-shirts, mugs. I mean, you'll see here.
Yeah.
I think there are over 60 products.
There's even a shower curtain.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
By the way, look pretty cool.
I know. I'm like, man, maybe my RV needs a new shower curtain.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, even a dress.
Look at that dress. It's so cool.
And yeah, so what you were talking about was this Beautiful.
Yeah, this is the one that...
So pretty.
Look how pretty that is. This is the one I thought if we had this printed off and then used paint pens for fabric markers and fabric paint to paint all of that, I would love to try that. But it looks really pretty just like that. But I would love to try it.
So on any of these pages, if you scroll down, you'll see also available on, and it'll give you a few ideas. Or you can click available on 62 products, and then it pops up, and you can see how it looks on all of their different clothing items.
Wow.
And their merchandise.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
throw blanket.
There's the shower curtain.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that funny? You know the other one that I really like? So, yeah, I like the shower curtains. I think actually those are kind of cool.
Well, Laurie was saying how she would like to come out of the shower and have it say, "You're beautiful."
Yeah.
I was like, she's right. That would be really a happy thing to come out of the shower and be told you're beautiful.
The duvet cover.
Yeah.
But I really like the clocks. I think they look cool.
Oh.
Like a lot of these clocks look really neat.
And then our millennials, they wouldn't be able to read it.
Yeah.
We would be the only ones. Oh, look at the comforter. Oh, that's neat. I hadn't seen that one yet.
Yeah. So, now let's just take them through a few of these designs because they're just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come here to the top. So like I said, there's this Color is My Day-Long Obsession, Joy and Torment.
Yeah, when I found that quote, I was like, oh, did he just write that for me? Monet knew exactly how I feel. Sometimes I feel tormented if I haven't done my coloring yet.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
And then we have Choose Hope Today. That's showing it on a drawstring bag, but again, you know, this is one that you drew and looks nice as a on that t-shirts and stuff. This one's a fun one. What color is this box?
That one was one of my ideas.
Now you wanted to see that one on a t-shirt, right?
Yeah, because that's what I
wanted to see like what color is this shirt, you know, and you wanted like a gray shirt. It's not going to show up very well on gray because it is gray. But
no,
anyway.
But I was thinking now that you did it with a gray box, I wanted on a white t-shirt. So I think that's going to be one of my first things I buy is that on a white t-shirt.
Warm gray, charcoal gray, basic gray, neutral gray, toner gray. Anyway, we just picked out a bunch of grays.
Hilarious.
All right, let's see another one. This one, I Dream in Color. It's a really cute one. We got those there. This one's a fun one. We did two kind of versions of this one. It's a beautiful day to color. Kind of one that's just yellow, this yellow and orange. This one is black, yellow, and orange.
That one's so happy.
Looks like they had an internal error. All right, let me go to Artist Profile here. I'm going to click on Portfolio, and then that'll bring up all of the designs. Okay, this one says, I must have all the colors. See that?
So that, oh, I love it on the spiral notebook.
Yeah, that's fun. And then we have the Beautiful. We have the Hope Bird, which was a really popular one. Some of them we chose to like do a repeating pattern because it just didn't quite look right full size. But there's others where, you know, it's you see the full oval. And some of the designs we chose to have it you know, like spread out more onto the page, like that Choose Hope Today dress. Isn't that funny? The dresses, look at all of them.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
So we got to say a special thank you to Me Webster for donating $10 to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Me.
Says, so glad you're back. Love, prayers, and best wishes for Thanksgiving.
Thank you. This one says, it's all fun and games till you realize you're missing one color in the set. And then we have this one. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy the full set. And that's pretty much the same thing. Full set syndrome. This one, in my defense, I do have full set syndrome. This one, you're not seeing the... It says, colorists are finishers. We don't stop until we have the full set. And this one, colorists are inclusive. We buy every color in the set, so none of them feel left out. Hashtag full set syndrome. My sister Laurie came up with several of these.
Yeah.
She's really creative. I'm no quitter. I don't stop till I have the full set. We saw the what color is this? The birds Choose Hope Today. Breathe has some cool layouts too. When you like, I love that bath mat, don't you?
Oh, that's cool. That would be really cool to come out like and stand on that and relax and just breathe for a minute while you brush your teeth.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then you can see it on other things like a throw blanket or wall tapestry, throw pillow, shower curtain again looks really cool.
Yeah.
And of course all the t-shirts. And this one we did in everything give thanks.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Yeah, it's on this nice travel mug.
That looks really pretty on there.
Yeah. And you have the other things that you can get it on.
So some people are wondering about it, if they could get it for wall art.
Yeah. Yep. So for instance, it's a beautiful day to color. Well, let's go to like I Dream in Color. Again, if you scroll down and you go to, let's see, where did it go? Oh, view this design on 63 products. And then you can scroll down and it'll give you all of the products that are available. And so if you look for art print, there's that one. There's a framed print, a canvas print, an art board print, a metal print.
Oh, metal print.
Poster, photographic print, an acrylic block. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there are several different print options that you can get every one of these things on. This one we just thought was fun. Big Bang Color Theory.
Oh, I like how that spreads across the whole shirt like that.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Oh, I want that one too.
Then one of Jennifer's quotes, she's saying all the time, there are no mistakes in coloring.
We all need that one.
Yes.
Maybe, stickers would be so fun like that, and stick it all over our books.
Yeah, or get it as a poster and hang it up on your wall.
Oh, that's even better. A poster right in front of your coloring station.
Yep, so anyway.
Oh, that's awesome. What's your favorite one, everybody? If you were going to order one right now, or do you see something you wish was different? Because like I said earlier, the cool thing here is that we can change it. Oh, there. We can change things and add things to the store if you see something that you wish was different, or you want maybe a particular design laid out a little bit differently. So we'd love your feedback. So if you're watching this later, or if you're here right now, comment for us and let us know, like, oh, I really love the really full color ones, or I wish you had more of the black and white coloring pages on some of these products. We would love to know. Give us your feedback so we can put our time and effort into the things that you guys want to order from that Redbubble shop. So pretty cool. I can't wait to see like pictures of you guys using some of this merch in your art studios, in your little, maybe you have a little bag with that the logos on the front of it, or a picture of you at Michael's or your art store shopping with your Full Set Syndrome t-shirt on. I think that would be awesome. So I can't wait to order. I'm going to be ordering a whole bunch of the items, not just for Christmas gifts, but for myself, so I can wear them during these live events and have them in my art studio. So I'm excited, and I think I'll be ordering some to do for giveaways as well, because I want some of you to have them as well. So that's the plan. So I'm looking to see if there were any other comments. I grabbed my phone so I could keep up with the... Okay, yeah, there was a comment there. Steve will look at it. Okay, so is there any other questions we can answer right now, or should we move back to the tritones?
Yeah, I think we can move to the tritones.
Okay, so we'll be watching to see what you guys order, and then just kind of according to your comments and what things you order, we'll add more items to that shop. So you can at least follow that shop, and then you'll be able to see all the new things that we're adding to our Redbubble shop. Okay, so what I wanted to do was show you the 36 colors we picked for the tritones, and put some marker to paper and have fun coloring a little bit here with our new tritones that you guys can come and download. So I think one of the questions we're going to get is, how do you get access to the tritones? And in order to get the tritone information, all the colors all printed out and perfect and ready, all you need to do is come on over to our website, Coloring Bliss, and you can become one of the members, and then you get access. So this is not a free member thing. This is for our paid members. And it comes with tons of information, tons of downloads. This represents hundreds of hours worth of work, and that's why it's not one of the free downloads. But once you get this system, you will be so set up to do so much amazing coloring and easy color picking. The system is amazing. And like I said, we have new brands with the tritones planned that will be coming out soon. So you can go ahead and look forward to that coming out. So what I have here is the one page in that PDF, excuse me, one page in the PDF printed out. So last night in our partner workshop, in case you're not familiar, we have workshops every Tuesday night for the partners. And Steve taught us how to print just one page in a PDF. I know that to some people they're going to be like, you didn't know how to do that, Jennifer, but I don't do that very often. And when I do it, it takes me a long time to remember. Now, how do you print just one page of the PDF? So I really appreciated Steve's workshop last night where he kind of went over how to get the most out of your printer, how to print coloring pages really well. So if you're looking for some more help with coloring, our partner workshops cover everything from printing to how to blend and pick colors. We do it all over with the partner workshops. So I recommend you join us with the partner workshops. You can learn all about becoming a partner over on Coloring Bliss. So I printed, or had Steve print, if I'm being honest. I stood there and watched him do it. Does that give me any credit? And I saw that I knew I could have done it because I remembered from last night's workshop. So I had him print this one. This is the single page from that from the new download, the Tombow dual brush pens download for the Tritones. So this is not the alcohol-based markers. If you watched last week's video where I reviewed these lovelies right here, the Tombow alcohol markers. Now, I had kind of mixed feelings about them, so you might want to go watch that video. These are the Tombow ABT Pro markers. These are the alcohol base. So this new Tritone worksheets are not for these. This is for the originals, the big brothers, I'm calling them. That's for the black-bodied, water-based Tombow dual brush pens. That's what this new Tritone workbook is for, okay? So, and I highly prefer the water-based ones over the alcohol-based ones. So that's what these ones are for. Okay, so what we're going to do is go through and find them, and I'll show you what they look like on paper. Are we ready? Let's find the yellow ones first. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so we need 3 yellows. Baby yellow 090. Steve's always faster at finding these. And I have them in a certain order. There, is that 090? Yes. 055. Right there, and 098, which is a artichoke. So I think it has a bit. Is it this one?
Avocado.
02. Oh, it's avocado. Not. Did I say artichoke earlier too? 098. If you were that color, where would you be? Is it this one? Ah, right here. Could have bit me. Okay, so we have the 3 colors that are for yellow. And what we're going to do is 090. I always double check before I start because many a time have I had to start these pages over, and I don't want to do that. 055. So the middle one, this main big square, is our main color, the color that will match most closely to an artist color wheel. Okay. Nice squeaky sound for my husband who loves that sound. And the dark is this one, 098 avocado. Oh, shaky hand. There's that streak that we're all so familiar with when it comes to water-based markers. And then in this oval is where you do a combo test. So I'm going to just do a quick combo test. I'm going to put the light at the top, and we'll do the dark at the bottom. And we are on marker paper for this, not the watercolor paper. So we're going to see lots of streaks, and we're going to see not the best of blending, but that's okay. And I on purpose had Steve print it off on marker paper because sometimes I'm coloring with these pens on marker paper and sometimes I'm coloring on watercolor paper. So I want to see them on both. So I had him print them over here on watercolor paper as well. So I think I'll probably keep this chart on marker paper in this as well as on watercolor paper. Did I say marker paper? Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to have it on both so that I can see what the colors look like on either kind of paper, because they will look a little bit different depending on the kind of paper you're working on. Okay, so that's the first 3 pens that have been chosen, the first 3 chosen colors. So let's find the yellow greens. 131. So when we go through and we do this, it's really easy, right, Steve? It just takes like 2 minutes to pick the colors. 177. So in the box behind me, we should show them how much testing it takes to find these combinations. So 131 is lemon lime. Okay. That's the light yellow green. And then willow green, 173.
Do water paste pans not streak on watercolor paper?
They do so much better. I'm going to show you. We'll do a test right here. 177. So those of you who've been around for a while, I'm going to ask you the magic question. What is the difference? Why don't you help whoever just asked that question out and tell them what is the difference between what makes watercolor paper so special?
Sizing.
Hey, I wanted them to say it.
Oh, I thought you were asking me.
Steve's a cheater. That's right. The word is sizing. Sizing is a treatment they put on watercolor paper. So watercolor paper is special in a lot of ways. It's usually made of like cotton, and it's even processed differently. So are those the right 3? 131. Okay. So watercolor paper is, I think I've got a scratch piece right here. Okay. So this is watercolor paper here that we use at the Bliss Print Shop. It is super thin, the kind we use at the Bliss Print Shop, but it is true watercolor paper. The reason we use the super thin kind is because we need it to run through our really high quality printer so that it doesn't jam up and it works well.
Well, and more than that, the toner won't get down into the valleys.
That was the other problem we were having.
If it's too thick.
If it's too thick and has too much texture on it, the toner wasn't getting down into the peaks and valleys, and it was like making the lines of the art look weird. It wouldn't bake down into the valleys of the paper. So when we found this one is really unique because it's thin and because it has a smoother texture. So I was super excited about this watercolor paper because the texture is so mild. We can use our markers on it and it doesn't chew up the markers. If you've ever touched Arch's watercolor paper, it has a huge amount of texture on it, which is amazing for painting with a paintbrush. It does amazing things, but it chews up your markers and ruins them, and we don't want that. So this paper here is perfect for colorists, but it is very thin, so it's kind of surprising as a watercolor paper. But the reason it works is because it's been treated with sizing, which is a sprayed on coating. Some papers, it's not just sprayed on, like Arch's. Arch's has the coating, it's worked into the fibers of the paper, but most papers it's sprayed on. So this paper has it sprayed on, and what it does is it makes it so that the water-based media kind of floats on the top of the paper for a minute, and that allows you to get a beautiful blend. So let me show you how much better of a blend we can get. So here's the light color. Same 3 right from right here, the yellow green. So here's their light, lemon lime. And then we'll go to the dark. I'm going to just kind of try to make that same shape. So imagine it floating. It's floating right now. And then, oh, see how it just picks it up? Look at that. And there's no streaking. Can you see? There's no streaking. And then I could go back to my light and keep blending if I wanted to. So, I mean, this is just a whole different experience to work on watercolor paper. Now, we are getting, the tip of this gets,
it's picking up that.
It's picking it up.
Mid-color.
So you do have to clean off the tips. And now we've kind of lost our original color. But anyway, you get the idea. You have to practice a little bit, but you get, look at the difference. It's kind of a big difference. Now I could work on this more and I have whole lessons on how to make this work better. I just laid it down. So this is me not working hard at getting a blend. This is not, yeah. But this was me not working hard, and look how much better. So this is why I love our watercolor paper. This is why, yeah, everybody needs watercolor paper in their lives. And this is another reason why I say if you have felt frustrated with coloring and you watch other colorists coloring and they're getting these amazing things happening, sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's the paper they're using is wildly different than the paper you're using, and it's not fair to compare yourself. So that's a really good example of one thing changed the paper, and look at the huge difference between the blends.
Carrie asked if there was a way to print our coloring pages for watercolor markers.
Yeah, and I would print it onto watercolor paper if you can, and that's what that whole workshop last night we focused on, how to get the most out of, whether you use an inkjet or whether you use a laser jet, and when you do that, how do you get thick paper to go through your printer? So that's a long discussion.
Carrie, send me an email to support@coloringbliss.com, and I can send you links to Amazon for the paper that we like. You'll have to cut it down.
Yeah.
We do sell a sampler pack of our 4 favorite papers in our store, but if you want just watercolor paper, then you'd be better off going through Amazon and buying pads of it, cutting it down.
Yeah, so if you want a sample pack that includes all my 4 favorites, the watercolor, marker, mixed media, and color pencil paper, so you get like a small stack of each, you can order that through Coloring Bliss and get a chance to try each of them. But if all you want is watercolor paper, Steve's right. Buying a big stack through us is not worth it. You want to buy it through Amazon and cut it down yourself. It's a bit of a pain, but it's more cost effective for you. So
yeah. Tweety asks, what's the difference between cold press and hot press?
It's the way they make. It's exactly what it sounds like. They use heat to mill the paper on hot press. Cold press there's no heat involved. Hot press, the paper is smoother, and cold press, it's rougher. So if you're going to buy like Arches paper and you're going to use marker, you want to buy hot press so that you're not chewing up your nibs as much. Watercolorists prefer one over the other typically, but you get different effects. You can get totally different look from the stroke of a brush on one type of paper over the other. That's why they have 2 different kinds. And it's really fascinating to learn how they make the 2 different kinds of paper. But yeah, so I always picture it like an iron, makes it flatter and smoother with hot press. So I don't think they're using actual irons, but yeah, that's how I picture it. So okay, so that's yellow and yellow green. What time is it? We probably have time to do one more color, get the colors down for at least one more color, and we better get your questions in too. So let's find the greens. No, I want to find the purples. Let's skip down to violet right here. Purple sage, 623. 623. Where are you? Oh, I see it right there. 623 and 606. Let's say, oh, and we got to show them our workbook, Steve, of how many colors we went through to find the right colors. 636.
Yeah, someone was asking, like the yellow, why they're not all yellow. get them
Yes.
in the dark.
Okay, 636. Okay, so let's show them that book really quick. That's right down in here. Not that book. I knew someone was going to ask, so I brought this book. So these are the rules. My rules that I made for myself to make my life harder for choosing the tritones. So it's based on the artist color wheel. I thought I brought an artist color wheel. Where's my artist color wheel? I know I brought one with us over from the rig. We're at my sister-in-law's house. Aha! Ha 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 ha. Oh, I almost dumped all those papers. Okay, so this is the actual artist color wheel, and we've got links to these on our Amazon storefront because we recommend everybody pick up one of these because there's so much great information. And when you get the Tritone sets and become a member, you get access to me teaching you how this whole wheel works. So if you're like me and the first time you get this wheel, it's very intimidating. Yeah, I will teach you all about it and you won't be intimidated anymore. So what I did was the tritones had to be based on the artist color wheel. So this was my color standard. So this yellow is based on this yellow right here. Each color on the wheel is my medium color. So like I said, bring this up. So this medium color matches this. This yellow green matches this yellow green, like that. The light, medium, and dark has to look good together, and you shouldn't have to work hard to make these three look good together. That was the next rule. So this is the medium tone, matches here, and these three should look good together without working hard. I don't want it to be hard for you. Each combination should look good with the combination next to it on the wheel. So that meant that the yellow had to look good next to the yellow green, which has to look good next to the green. That was harder than you think because sometimes the yellow green, we would set it up and yeah, we got the yellow green, but it would lean too close to the yellow and it was too yellowy. So we had to lean it more to the green and then it looked too green and then we'd have to push it back to the yellow. And so choosing the dark and the light had to make it look right next to its friends. And then there had to be no duplicates. That was the hardest rule I made for myself. I wanted in the end there to be 36 individual tools, whether it was pencils or markers. So I didn't want this light yellow to be used anywhere else, which sounds easy on the surface, especially in a set like this where there's over 100 tools. But that one light yellow, sometimes you don't have very many yellows. If you look at how many yellows there are in the set of Tombows, there's not that many yellows to pick from. There's a couple more over here, but they all lean really orangey. So there's really just not that many yellows. So how do you decide where this yellow belongs? Does it belong as a yellow or a yellow orange, or do you see the problem? So I really made myself some hard rules, but I wanted in the end, the vision was in the end, there would be 36 individual tools, and then I could go to you and say, you want to start collecting Tombows? Okay, this is the first 36 Tombows I recommend you buy. And once you have these 36 Tombows, you're ready to start coloring pretty much anything. That was my vision. And so now I can do that. I can say, okay, Sally Sue from Tillamook, you can now collect Tombows, and my recommendation is for you to buy these 36 as your first 36, because I know you're going to get 12 beautiful blends, and I have now hundreds of combinations you can do with them, and I know you're going to have wonderful results with these markers. So that's the vision. Okay, so then once we get the that's how we do it. We had to use the color standard. We had to use correct light. And then the whole time we had to keep reminding ourselves that color is subjective. Steve sees colors different than I see colors, different than you see colors. Okay, let me show you all the things we had to go through to get them. Okay, that's from when we did the different set. Okay, is this them here?
Are these this is 055? Is that?
Yeah, so here's where we go through, and we were trying different combinations. Which one's the light? Which one is the main color? Which one would be best as the dark? Which one leans more red or more yellowy? Which one's too green? Crossing them out, trying them over and over, seeing which ones would work best in the violet line. And then we start breaking them out again and setting them side by side. And you can start seeing, like in the violet, how some lights worked better than other lights. Here's the main one, but then we thought, well, would 636 work better? No, try 636 up here. What about if we throw in 569? Oh, how about we try 679? And over and over, and soon your eye starts going weird and you don't know what you're looking at anymore. And you have to take a break. Sometimes the sets come together really easy, but not always. And so we would come up with the sets, and then we usually would take a break, not look at the colors for a day or two, and then come back and look and make sure we like what we picked. So that's how it works. So this process here was several hours of work, and then you take a break and then come back and put another hour or two into it. And then we had to read all the numbers and names and get them all into Steve's awesome software that makes all the cool swatch charts and everything for you, so that you've got all the, basically the color by number type things set up. And then all you have to do is hit print. That's pretty cool, huh? I think that's pretty cool. All the work is done. Oh, so awesome.
Bonnie asked, what group do you explain about how to use the wheel in?
If you, okay, there's two places that you can get all that information. The first is when you become, I think it's a colorist, which is just $5, you get access to all the tritones. Everything that you're seeing me play around with here, you get access to all of that, including a workshop where I teach you all about the color theory and all about the color wheel and all how to use all the tritones and everything. All that is there because I didn't want to leave you alone and be overwhelmed and frustrated and like not understanding. So I wanted to set you up for success. So that's all there. And then if you feel like, you know, I really like how Jennifer teaches this, I want more, I want to learn more, then I would recommend you become a partner. Partner is just $25 a month, and you get access to so much more, including our weekly workshops, and we have archived workshops where we teach blending and how to do specific coloring situations, specific coloring tools, even like I said, how to get the most out of your printer at home when you're printing your coloring pages. All of that is part of being a partner, and that's just $25 a month, and you get all of that. So if you want to learn about all the different levels, just go to Coloring Bliss. I think there's some little videos of yours truly there to explain how all of those different levels work. So just go check all that out. So
Polly asked if the markers would blend better on mixed media paper.
Mixed media paper, they blend okay on there. Mixed media paper is not as smooth as marker paper, so you may go through your marker tips a little bit faster. Mixed media paper is also a little more thirsty. Is that a good word for it? Because it has the marker paper, I don't know if it has a coating on it, but it's a little slower to suck up the ink. The mixed media paper seems to pull the ink faster. You'll feel it as you move your marker across the mixed media paper. It kind of drags and sucks that ink. So it works fine though. I really like working with markers on that paper too. So it's a good one. So is there any other questions?
Lorraine asked, why do most color sets start with yellow instead of red for violet like the rainbow?
It's a really good question. I don't know. But you're right. Most of them do, like yellow is like A, huh? That's true. I've often wondered that too. But
Soraya says, I've really been enjoying coloring my swatches, working on my Prismacolors right now. I put on music or an audiobook and color away.
it takes a long time, doesn't it? I can't believe how long it took me to fill out my Prismacolor book. But I learned so much. That process of going through and coloring all those swatches and going through all the color schemes, I couldn't believe how much I learned. And it was really good practice, good blending practice, good control of my pencil. I took that time, and I highly recommend it, to practice not death gripping my pencil. I tend to do that, and so that was a good time to keep training myself to don't death grip that pencil. Keep your grip back on the middle to end of that pencil. And so I found it to be really time well spent, but it did take a lot of time, and that's why we ended up making the full color version of the color picker. That's this one right here. For those of you who don't have the time to sit and color up all the swatches, but you still want access to the color schemes, that's why we made this version. But like I said before, if you have a set of beloved tools, like I belovedly love my Prismacolors, that's why I wanted my color schemes to be fully colored in the Prismacolors, so that I could see what the color schemes looked like in my most favorite tools.
So during this, Sandy has been cutting out her circles. So if you want, I guess
that's
you can show me what she's talking
awesome.
about. Anyway, she says she got them all cut out.
That's awesome. So in the color, when you get the system, there are these wheels that help you pick color schemes. So there's multiple ways to pick color schemes, whether you want to pick the color schemes the way we showed you here, where the colors are laid out in a full chart. So if you want your color scheme, this is a really good page. Maybe Steve can show you. Let's say it's Christmas, right? And you're having a Christmas coloring page, and you want it based on the color red. You know that. Maybe it's a big Christmas sock, and you want the sock to be red, but you don't know what other colors to use. Maybe you don't want necessarily green, but you still want it to feel Christmassy. Well, you flip to your red page, and here are a whole bunch of different color schemes to pick from immediately. And so you can go through, and every one of these are based off of red, right? And then you can make some decisions. Maybe you want just 2 colors to deal with. Maybe you just want 3 colors to deal with. Maybe you don't mind and you want as many colors as possible. So you just slide your eye down here and you go, okay, I know I want a little green in there so it feels Christmassy. And maybe this picture is for Aunt Doris, and she loves the color orange, so I want it to have green and red for Christmas, a little orange, and look, this one's got blue too. That'll be fun. And right there, this one is a red Christmas sock for Aunt Doris, and there's your color scheme right there. So, and it tells you all your colors. I've gone through this before. There's an entire video on how to use this page. Now, the other way to do it, which she was, I don't know who was it that said she was cutting her circles?
Oh, yeah, Sammy.
Okay, so the other way to get to this, the rectangle tetradic, would be to have your color wheels cut out. And that's up here. So here's that same color scheme, rectangle tetradic. So what she has done is cut out these wheels, and then you cut out these little circles right here. And I'm going to show you something about this in just a second here. You cut out these wheels, you cut out the circles, and then you lay this whole wheel on top of the provided, see all the different wheels you can look at? You lay that wheel on top of the provided full color wheel right here, and then you rotate it. And you would do the same thing. You rotate it so that red shows on inside one of those circles, and then red is going to be featured, and you just keep rotating it till you see a color scheme that you like. So there's multiple ways to use the quick color picker to get the color that you want. And that's what I love about it. Whether you like looking at charts or whether you like holding something and manipulating it, this tool will work for you. And like I said, there's videos and information to support you and teach you how to use it. And there's information on the wheels even that says, okay, now that you've picked this color scheme, this is how you use the colors so that it will come out beautifully and balanced and look amazing.
Peggy just donated. She says, thank you for all your efforts and hard work. We
Aww.
appreciate all you do. Welcome back. We missed you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Peggy, and happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Belinda says, I love this book. It really helps when I can't think of combinations. There were a couple messages that I think can apply here. Shannon says, the standard color wheel doesn't include earth tones and skin tones and metallics or reflectives. I've had the hardest time trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Some type of universal categorizing system for all my gel pens. This could apply to any media. Like, where does olive or mauve or magenta or cyan go?
Such a good question. And when you get this system, there's, like I said, videos that go along with it, some video training. And part of that is we talk about where does brown come from and how do you work that into your coloring. So all that color theory type information is there. And I talk about how to work in those things. And basically what it is are tints and tones and shades of all the same colors. So once you understand that brown comes from the tones and the tints of these colors, you start looking at brown differently. Brown becomes, you can see the reds in a brown, or the blues in a brown, or the greens in a brown, and you start understanding these browns better and how they work into the other colors, and then you can start using them smarter. Like instead of using just a random brown for your tree, you can pick a reddish brown if you're using a color scheme that has red in it. Or if you're using a color scheme that has green, then you would pick a greenish brown. And everything starts to be more harmonious and works well together. So those color theory classes that I've included with this color picker and all the Tritone system, I think will be really valuable to you. I really gear it towards colorists because this kind of theory is out there. It's all mixed in with all these other artists that mix it in with their watercolor theory or their oil painting theory, and it gets really overwhelming and hard to pick out what we need as colorists. So that color theory information is there, and I think it will help you out. So
switch over here.
Steve's arm is getting tired. So speaking of those wheels, really quick before we move on, before I forget, I wanted to show you that I found some punches that work. So very soon here, I was going to record it, and then we've been having some technical recording difficulties in our rig, so I haven't recorded it yet. But I'm going to go through my quick color picker right here, and I'm going to be recording myself cutting out all the wheels and using my fun punches that I got to cut out all those small holes. And I'm going to do links to these punches that I found on Amazon. So if you're like me, the first time I cut out those wheels, I cut out each of those holes by hand and it worked just fine. But I decided to be lazy and buy a punch this time. So I'll be sharing that experience of going through and recutting out everything and using these punches. So I'll show you what I found. This one is a 1-inch Cowendite Eva foam maker. This is the one that I bought. It's a 1-inch punch, and then I also bought an EK Tools. I think this one is a 3/4 inch punch for some of the holes too.
Now Melinda says that Fiskars has a punch that covers multiple sizes, and she bought hers from Hobby Lobby with a 40% off coupon.
Awesome, so smart. That was perfect.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Steve's looking at me like, Jennifer, why didn't you buy that one? Probably should have. I think I was thinking, I just want one quick. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, but I saw that one too, and I thought that looks really smart. So that's awesome. So yeah, I'll be filming that really soon. Well, I shouldn't promise that because we're thinking of making our way back to home eventually. So I don't know what's going to happen. I can't make any promises as to my filming schedule until we're back in our studio. Then I can start making promises again. So, plus we are working with winter weather. We're here in Arizona where it's sunny and green grass and orange trees, but where we're headed is snowing, several inches of snow, so we can't drive in that right now. So we have to work around the weather. So is there any more questions? You said there was another comment or something, or did we cover that?
I think we covered it.
Okay, good. Did I answer her question, I hope?
I think so.
Okay, good. My hair is doing funny things. All right, I think that I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover tonight. So don't forget to come and get the free Thanksgiving download if you haven't already. That's that countdown to Thanksgiving. And then, like I said, December 1st is just a couple days away. And so if you would like to do the Christmas Advent calendar daily coloring, come and get that. It's a free download for everyone. All you have to do is become a free member to get that download. And remember, it's just me and Steve. It's our little family business. We don't share your email with anyone. We promise. Coloring colorist promise to never share your email. So you can go ahead and become a free member and not worry about your emails. So make sure you do that. And then the second thing is to come and get your tritones for the Tombow markers. Wow, my brain's totally stopped there for a second. Remember, if you want full access to all of that, it's just $5 a month to get full access to the tritones, the color picker, and all of that. And then if you want to upgrade your membership from there to get even more knowledge, more access to more things, just go ahead and learn about all that while you're at Coloring Bliss. And then number 3, the big, exciting, and really cool thing is our new Redbubble store. So make sure you come and check out all that merchandise. The link is in the description of this video. And don't forget, Redbubble is running sales right now. We don't control those sales, Redbubble does, and that's why we push really hard to get our Redbubble shop up right now, because they're running all these sales for Christmas and everything, and we wanted you to have access to the sales that we don't control. So go get out there, get your sales, get your cool merch. That's what they say. They call it merch. I have to be cool.
Carrie wanted to see the color picker book.
Oh, this is the full printed, color reference guide, quick color picker. So if you order it from Coloring Bliss, this is how it comes. You get the full color scheme selector, artist color wheel right here. There's a full video here on YouTube where I take you through every page on here and show you everything and what it all is. You get all these wheels that you get to cut out. These are all the wheels. There's all these fun color schemes. Oh, they're so much fun. And like I said, tips and how to use each of the color schemes are included on each one. This is my favorite color scheme right there. And then you skip ahead. I skipped a whole bunch of pages just so you know. Then this is the full color reference guide. So if you do brand specific, it comes empty with names and numbers of what to fill in. This one comes in full color to give you color reference. So let's say you have the new alcohol markers and you want to come up with, you know, your own yellow. And so you could say, does this one match? I don't know if it matches. That's why we gave you this right here. So you can take your existing markers and find your own light, medium, and dark for each color on this chart. And then we've got more pages, and I explain, like I said, explain what all these are for, why they're here. I'll just keep going here. Here's a swatch chart. I'll tell you why they're all here. Keep going, keep going. And then here we get into the really cool stuff. This is where you start seeing the color schemes one full page. So again, if you want a specific color to be your mother color or your dominant color, you just flip to that page. Here's the next one that's perfect for Christmas. Your green, maybe it's a green Christmas tree and you want to pick some colors for the ornaments on the tree. That's what this page is perfect for. And then you can just scroll and look around and see, I want this one right here. It's going to have orange ornaments and violet ornaments on my green tree. I don't know if that's very Christmassy, but there you go. Seems like a tree I would like. Okay, and then you switch to the back here. Go through all those and get back here, and we've given you some swatch pages because as you take your new markers and you find that this red right here is the perfect dark red, so I'm going to say P847 is the perfect red dark, then you would come over here and you would swatch that color here and write down that P847 is now my number 33 red dark. And you could swatch that right there and forever remember that that marker is now my red dark. So that's how that book works in a very quick, fast. Did you catch all of that kind of synopsis? If you want a much slower, not so rushed way, there are videos here on YouTube for you. I hope that helped you. But we have sold a ton of these because it is very awesome. I love it. And yeah, you're going to love it. And it's printed on really awesome paper, really heavy. Look how thick that thing is. It's well printed and you're going to love it. I love our print shop. I love that I can, with confidence, tell you you're going to get a product you love. So, okay, any other last minute questions as I take another drink?
We're just wondering where they could become a member and where they can buy the books. I'm putting those links there, but basically coloringbliss.com/shop is our shop.
Coloringbliss.com, and then you'll see shop, and you can learn about all the different member levels there. There's a great blog there where we keep you up to date. So at the very least, you can go over there and become a free member, because then you'll get your emails anytime we have new coloring pages, new products, giveaways. All of that is announced through our emails as well as here on YouTube. So make sure you hit subscribe. Things are changing here on YouTube, and so it's good to have follow your favorite content makers in multiple places, just in case anything weird happens over the next few weeks. So if you follow me over on Facebook and Instagram and on my website and here on YouTube, then you're covered no matter what happens in the social media platform world, right? So yeah. All right, so I think that we can call it a night unless there's more questions. I hope everyone has a really awesome Thanksgiving. I know it's mostly for the U.S. people, but I just want to tell everyone thank you. I feel so thankful to all of you for all of your support, especially over the last few weeks. It's been a very odd few weeks for Steve and I, as we haven't been home. We've never been away from home this long before, and we really appreciate the patience and support that you have shown us as we have been here in Arizona taking care of family, and we've never had this opportunity before to kind of stop and serve family like this. It's really rare and really special and unique, and we're really grateful to all of you for your support and letting us do that. So for me, I am thankful for this. This is really neat. We've been working towards this and this ability to be able to help family like this for a really long time. My health and has made it really impossible for us to serve family like this for maybe a decade. So to be able to do this because we have a mobile business and because we've set ourselves up for this opportunity is really an honor. And so thank you for being part of that and making it so that we can serve Steve's family like this. Thank you so much. So that's what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. So all right, on that note, I'll say thank you. You guys all have a wonderful, colorful, blissful night. Bye-bye, everyone.